Hello and welcome to my channel Bare Beauty Basics. If you like what you see, then keep on watching because I'm going to teach you how to achieve this beautiful cool toned makeup look. So I'm going to start by concealing where I absolutely need. Okay, I'm not covering the full face, I'm leaving it bare and just focusing where I really need it. So feel free to use whatever concealer you have, whatever you're comfortable with, and take very little amount of product and blend it in. Take the time to blend in rather than adding more. So as I move on with blending it all in, I am taking the Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless filter in this luminescent finish. I don't recall the name, and I will mention all the products in the description bar. It is basically a highlighter that gives you that sheen on the skin, and it is absolutely gorgeous. You could skip this and use a highlighter, a liquid highlighter instead. It would and mix it. Probably you can add a little bit of um, foundation to a highlighter and use it. To bronze my skin, I'm using the Pixi Beauty Bronzer, and I'm sticking to cream products here to build my base because it looks more natural, and blending it with my fingers. This blends very easily and it leaves a subtle glow on your face, which is very skin like. Now going back again with a lighter color of concealer, I am adding just a little bit to highlight the area under my eyes because that kind of opens up. It makes the eyes look much more fresher. So you could skip this step if you don't prefer this kind of a look, or you could go ahead and do it. The choice is totally up to you. And setting it all in with some powder, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Filter Compact, and setting exactly where I need. I'm not putting powder all over my face. I am putting in very selective areas. So now it's time for the blush. I'm using the NARS Orgasm blush. This is an absolute favorite. This is such a beautiful color to use during the daytime. It is not at all you know heavy. It is very light and gives a very beautiful sheen on the face. Now, before I move on to the eyeshadow, I like to use some powder on my lids because that kills the oiliness of the lids and prevents the eyeshadow from becoming patchy. So you could use this tip, put some powder on your lids before you move on to putting some eyeshadow. Now I am using a very dark tone of gray all over my lid. Okay, just pick a cool toned dark gray color, whichever palette you have. um, it's very easy to find this color. It is a basic dark gray shadow, and use it all over your lid and take your time to blend it all in. All right, and now when you are done blending it in, you need to um, pick a lighter tone of gray. Okay, if you don't have a lighter tone of gray, you can mix a little bit of white and use it as a highlighter. So I'm using the same brush. I'm not changing brushes. All you need to do is rub the brush vigorously over a tissue and you have a clean brush. So with a clean brush, pick a lighter tone of gray and put it on the center of your lid, and that gives a little bit of highlight and creates a dimension which looks very beautiful. And with a darker, I'm picking a darker color and just focusing on the corner of the eyes now. So you have a mid-tone, a light highlight, and a darker tone to create some shadow and depth on the outer corner of the eyes. So that is what I'm doing here for both my eyes. And I'm picking very little amount of the darker color because you need to be careful. If you pick up too much, it will be very difficult for you to manage it. So pick very little amount and blend it all in. So again, rub your brush on a dry tissue vigorously, make it clean, and then use a clean brush to blend always. If you use the same dirty brush, then it will be very muddy on your eyes. And I am lining the lower lash line with this same dark gray shadow. I'm not using a kohl because that is going to be too much on my face. So adding a little more highlight just to give it that oomph. And now I feel that I need a little more concealer to brighten up, because when you do these kind of dark eyes, you tend to, your under eye tends to look a little dull. So it's a nice idea to keep adding as you go. Okay, if you feel it is looking dull, you can brighten up your under eye by adding a little more concealer as you go. So now it's time for some mascara. I added the mascara and now it's time for some lipstick. And this is the ABH Cosmetics lipsticks by Anastasia Beverly Hills. The color is called Hush Rose. It's a beautiful cool toned pink. And setting everything now with the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and that's the complete look. I like to wear my hair like this. If you enjoyed watching this video, please drop a like. And also, if you're new here, you see me for the first time, my name is Parbbonni. I'm an artist, fine artist, a tarot reader, a healer, and also subscribe to my channel for more.